So with this next generation technology, the Xbox 360, what technical areas of the game have you been able to improve the most over the previous versions? What have been the major issues you've run into when trying to bring this current version of Battlefield Modern Combat to the Xbox 360?
Our major problem has been balancing all the great ideas we've had with the title and trying to release it so that players can actually get their hands on it. I mean, it was a real challenge changing absolutely every character. I mean, we changed everything from vehicles, objects, particle effects, every single visual element of the game. But I think that the results have certainly been worth it. We push over 10 times the number of polygons in a scene compared to the PS2 or the Xbox. Many scenes actually contain more than 1.5 million polygons, which is considerably more than any current gen game so far. We also use almost 15 to 20 times the amount of texture memory. What we didn't want to do was simply make the title run on a 360 and put it in a box with a bit of gloss. What we wanted to do was actually make the player feel that this title is really worth considering over not only the current gen version of the game, but also other standalone 360 titles as well.
So in terms of visuals, what have you guys been able to do in respect to the amount of technology the 360 allows you?
Other than every object in the game being significantly reworked for 360 in terms of poly counts and much higher texture resolutions, we've made full use of the 360's GPU to allow for a much more advanced lighting and shadowing model, using very advanced vertex and pixel shaders. Materials take on real physical properties such as specularity and bump, and they're also naturally self-shadowed. This enhances the game and the gameplay by allowing players to use shadows much more than they could before. We've made much greater use of dynamic lighting, and this too can make a real difference to gameplay as the player's muzzle flash gives his position away in the dark, and explosions and things like that light up the world. Damage and effects they're another area that have been given a major overhaul. Things like shooting up surfaces now reveal what they're made of, with really deep craters, and you can almost put your fingers into the bullet holes left on a tank, for example. Normal maps particularly are used on particle effects to enhance their solidity, and sprites no longer visibly slice through the world as they used to, but they now blend naturally, allowing us to use effects like rolling mist and low-lying fog much more interestingly.
Has working with the 360 allowed you to enhance any other aspects of the game in addition to the graphics?
We now have the power to vastly increase the number of AI units the player faces, as well as making much more physics through ragdoll death sequences and absolutely loads of debris strewn all over the place, putting the player under immense pressure and panic as the damage rains down and stuff lays strewn all around them.
So how much of the 360's power do you estimate is being used here? How much more can we look forward to?
As well as being a great game, Battlefield does more to demonstrate what the 360 is capable of than any other title we've seen so far. That said, this is the team's first title for the 360, and I'm sure you can expect even more impressive visuals from us in the future.